About a minute to go. And we'll start off laying down on our backs. Just depending on how you feel this morning, either knees bent, your feet on your mat. You can even walk your feet out wide, let your knees fall into one another, or you can straighten out the legs. And we'll bring our hands onto the body. So we'll bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. And we'll take these first few moments just to check in with ourselves. Start to scan the body from the crown of the head down to the tips of the toes. And as you start to scan your physical body, start to scan where you're at emotionally as well. And not labeling anything as good or as bad, but just acknowledging where we're at. And we'll take a few cleansing breaths to go in. Take a deep breath in through your nose, fully expand your chest with air. Exhale, sigh it out the mouth. Just let it all go. Take another deep breath in through the nose, fully expand the chest with air. Exhale, sigh it out the mouth. Let it go. One more time, deep breath in through the nose, fully expand your chest with air. Exhale, sigh it out the mouth. Let it go. And as much as you can, now we take those inhales and exhales through the nose. And as it enters through the nose, it starts to lift the lower hand at your belly. It travels up through the sides of your waist, expanding your front ribs, your back ribs, and all the way into the heart. And on the exhale, it gently releases all back and down. Inhale again from that lower hand. Allow the air to travel all the way up to your hand at your heart. See if you can sip in just a little more air, filling up right below your collarbones. And exhale, release it all back and down. And remind yourself you're already practicing yoga here and now. Building a connection between the mind, the body, and the breath. Your next inhale, extend your arms back behind you for a full body stretch back. Start to roll your wrists, roll your ankles, just awaken the body to movement. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Gently rock side to side. Take your arms out to the side, either cactus arms or like a T, and drop your knees over to the right hand side as you gaze to the left and breathe here. Inhale the legs to center. Exhale them over to the left as you gaze to the right and breathe here. Inhale the legs back to center, hugging your knees in towards your chest, rocking side to side again. Happy baby pose, heels of the feet up towards the ceiling. Grab the outside edges of your feet, release your thighs down. Finding that stretch in the inner leg. Maybe rocking side to side here on your back. Keep your right leg in, happy baby. Take your left foot down onto the mat. So a few options here. You can stay here with the left foot on the mat, knee up towards the ceiling. Some of you may start to straighten your left leg out towards the front of the room. And if you've straightened that left leg out, start to make it active. So flex through your toes, feel the left thigh firm, and keep your right leg in, happy baby. So what we're doing is we're opening up that right hamstring and opening up that left hip flexor. And we're breathing here. Hug your right knee in towards you and find some hip circles. So take the right knee out to the side, take it across the body. So moving our body like this starts to warm up these areas. Starts to signal to the brain, okay, we're starting to move our body a little more actively. Let's lubricate the joints here. Whichever direction you're moving, start to move in the opposite direction. Hug your right knee back in towards you. Start to activate through that left leg. If you're like me, you may have forgotten about it. So flex through those left toes, feel the left thigh firm. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, crunch up towards your right knee. So shoulder blades are lifting off the mat. We're drawing the low belly in. Now, option just to stay right here. Some of you may start to hover your left foot above the mat, any amount. Option to stay right here, or you'll extend your fingertips forward towards the front of the room. And again, all of these are options. So you can stay right here, or you'll straighten your right leg up towards the ceiling. Flexing through your toes on both feet now. Both legs are active. If your head is feeling heavy, you can always bring one hand underneath the head to support. Take one last deep breath in and out. Hug both knees back in towards the chest and breathe. Happy baby pose, heels up towards the ceiling. Grab the outside edges of your feet, release your thighs down. Keeping the left leg in happy baby, now we take the right foot down onto the mat. Now option is stay right here. So your foot's glued down, your knees up towards the ceiling. Or you'll start to straighten out the right leg towards the front of the room. And you may notice one side of the body's a little tighter than the other, and that's okay. We're opening up both sides. So now stretching that right hip flexor, that's the top of the upper right thigh, and we're stretching that left hamstring. Take a few breaths here. Hug your left knee in towards you. Start to activate through that right leg if it's out, so flex through your toes, feel the thigh firm. Take a few hip circles with that left knee. Take it out to the side, take it across the body. And then whichever direction you're moving, start to move in the opposite direction. Allow yourself to come back to neutral. Notice if you forgot about your right leg, keep it active, flex to the toes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, crunch up towards the left knee this time. Shoulder blades are lifting off the mat, drawing the belly button back towards the spine. Maybe you hover your right foot above the mat. Maybe you extend your fingertips forward. And maybe you extend the left leg up towards the ceiling. And if you go that far, start to flex through your left foot. You can always bring one hand in the head to support. We're here for just a few more inhales and exhales. Waking up the hamstrings, waking up the abdominals, the shoulders, the arms, and then release. Hug both knees in towards your chest and take a few breaths here. Release your hands down onto the mat. Pick up your knees. So your knees are right over your hips. Cross your right knee over the left. So it's like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. So option just to cross it one time. Some of you may cross the ankle behind the calf. Doesn't matter how many times you cross it, but just find what's comfortable for you this morning. Take your left elbow right out in front. So you're bending into your left arm. And then sweep your right arm underneath. And then find eagle arms, eagle legs, but on your back. Draw the low belly in. And we'll take a few crunches like this. So take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we crunch it in. On the inhale, we extend out. Exhale, we crunch it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Last two. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Last one. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Unravel yourself. Shake it out a little bit. Bring those knees right over your hips again. And we'll take it on the opposite side. So this time, left knee crosses over the right. Option to cross it behind the calf, or you can just cross it one time. Then bring the right arm out in front, bending into the elbow. Sweep the left arm underneath, raveling the arms together, palms touch. Now, if this is hard to do, you can always just give yourself a hug here. Take a few breaths here, just finding that eagle pose on your back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch it in. So you're moving back and forth. You can move a little faster, or you can move a little slower. And we're just gently warming up the abdominals here, as well as finding that eagle pose, allowing ourselves to connect. You notice every part of the body is intertwined here. Make these your last two and your last one, and then unravel yourself. Shake it out a little bit. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Let's take a cleansing breath. Big inhale through your nose. Exhale it out your mouth. Let it go. Start to rock and roll back and forth along your spine as if you're rolling like a ball. And roll yourselves up into tabletop. Shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. Taking a couple rounds of cat and cow. Inhale opens up the chest, arching the upper back. Exhale to scoop the navel, roll the shoulders forward. Inhale, opening up for cow. Exhale for cat. Moving back and forth between your cat and cow. Soft and smooth breathing. Allow yourself to come to a neutral spine, tabletop. Shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. We're taking a few wrist stretches. So we're taking our fingertips back towards our knees. So your hands on your mat will look like this. And if it's hard to turn your fingertips all the way back, you can just turn your hands out to the side. Taking a few rounds of cat and cow with the wrist stretch, we'll inhale to open up the chest. The exhale, we scoop and release. Inhale and exhale. Moving back and forth here. Allow yourself to come back to neutral. Shake out the wrists a little bit. Turn them back to face the front of the room. Walk your hands just a little out in front of you. Grounding down through your hands. Think about your upper arms, biceps forward, triceps back. Tuck your toes, gently pick up your hips. Downward facing dog. First downward dog of the day. So bend each knee, pedaling out your feet. Moving your hips from side to side. Just waken the body up to down dog. And when you're ready, start to find some stillness in your down dog. Grounding down through the hands, keeping that rotation in the upper arms, extending back through the hips, moving your chest a little closer to your thighs, and releasing the heels down. They don't always get down to the mat, but we guide them there. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Another deep breath in, deep breath out. On your exhale, lower your hips down into plank pose. Now it's early, so you may want to take your knees down for the first few planks. Still grounding down through your hands here. Find that rotation in the upper arms. On the exhale, we'll go up and back for downward facing dog. Let's do that just a couple more times, warming up the spine. It's a giant version of cat and cow. So we exhale the hips down into plank pose. If you're in the full plank with the knees up, draw the low belly in. Find that extension from the crown of the head back into the heels of your feet. Then go up and back, downward facing dog. One last time, exhale those hips down into plank pose. Now yogi's choice, you can lower the knees down or you can keep the knees up, we are lowering all the way down onto our bellies, releasing our toes back behind us. Start to press down to the tops of your feet so much your kneecaps lift, your thighs are active. Keeping your elbows right over your wrist. On your next inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest. Roll the shoulder blades down the back, cobra. On the exhale, we release it down. Inhale, head, neck, and chest, cobra. Exhale to release it down. One last time, inhale, head, neck, and chest, and exhale, release. From here, press yourself back into a child's pose. Big toes touch, knees apart. Extend your arms straight out in front of you and gently guide the head down towards the mat. And just breathe. Remind yourself you can come back to child's pose at any time throughout the practice or any pose that you find comfortable. Soft and smooth breathing. Walk your hands over towards your left side, finding a child's pose twist to the left. As you twist to the left, you find that stretch in the right side of your body. Walk the hands over towards the right, finding that stretch now through the left side of your waist. Walk the hands back to center child's pose. Start to make your child's pose a little more active, grounding down to the hands so your forearms are lifted. And even here in child's pose, you find that rotation in the arms. Biceps up, triceps down. Gently tuck your toes, pick up your hips, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here in downward dog. Soft and smooth breathing. Your next inhale, extend your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Open up your hip, circle that right hip. Notice which direction you're moving. Move in the opposite direction. Keep grounding down through all 10 fingers. Take your right leg straight up and back, three-legged dog. Take an inhale. On the exhale, crunch it in. Knee to nose. Inhale to extend. Exhale to crunch it in. Inhale to extend. Your next exhale, step that right foot to the top of the mat. Lower your left knee down. Sweep up your arms. Low lunge and breathe. Releasing our tailbone down, extending up through the arms to the fingertips. Grounding down through the right foot, firm into the right hip. And we're opening up that left hip flexor, even here. Left arm forward, right arm back, and twist. Breathe here. Firming into your right hip to find your balance. On the exhale, windmill your hands down, frame your right foot, tuck your left toes, pick up your left knee, twist again, left hand down, right fingertips up. Now remember, your left hand can be on a block, it could be on a book, it could be on anything you have handy to raise the floor for you. On the exhale, we release our right hand down. We step back into a plank pose. We're lowering all the way down onto our bellies, just like we did before. 3 cobras. Inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest. Exhale it down. Inhale, head, neck, and chest. Exhale it down. One last time. Inhale, head, neck, and chest. Exhale it down. Press yourselves back into a child's pose. And breathe. So I mentioned earlier, we're going to get vigorous, but we're also going to slow it down. So we'll find these little moments to have a flow, and then we'll start to slow it down as well, finding moments to stretch and breathe. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Start to crawl your hands over towards the left, finding your child's pose twist. Breathe here. Crawl the hands over to the right, child's pose twist. Crawl the hands back to center, child's pose. Planting down through the hands, keeping the forearms lifted. Find that rotation in the upper arms, even here in child's pose. Tuck your toes, pick up your hips, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here in down dog. Soft and smooth breathing. Inhale, extends the left leg up and back. Open up that left hip, circling the left hip. Notice which direction you're moving. Move in the opposite direction. Take the leg straight back out, three-legged dog. All 10 fingers are glued down. Option to stay here, or you'll exhale knee to nose. Crunch it in. Inhale it up and back. Exhale knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, step that left foot to the top of the mat. Lower your right knee down. Sweep up the arms, low lunge, and breathe. Soft and smooth breathing. Right arm forward, left arm back, and twist. Great job, guys. Take an inhale, take an exhale. Take one more inhale. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Frame your left foot. Tuck your right toes. Pick up that right knee. Twist again. Right hand down, left fingertips up. So grounding down through that front foot. Firming into your front hip. Extending back through the right leg. Finding that extension from your bottom hand up into the top fingertips. Take an inhale. Exhale, release the hand down. Step back into plank pose. And just like we did before, lowering all the way down onto our bellies. Releasing your head down to the mat. Press down to the tops of your feet so much, kneecaps lift, thighs are active. 3 cobras. Inhale, head, neck, and chest. Exhale it down. Inhale, head, neck, and chest. Exhale it down. Last one, inhale, head, neck, and chest. Exhale it down. Press yourselves back into a child's pose. Big toes touch, knees apart. Extend your arms straight out in front of you. And breathe. Soft and smooth breathing. Walk the hands over to the left. Find your twist. Walk the hands over to the right. Find your twist. Walk the hands back to center. Child's pose. 2 deep inhales and exhales here. Planting down through the hands, keeping the forearms lifted. Find that rotation in your upper arms. Then tuck your toes, pick up your hips, downward facing dog. Take a couple inhales and exhales here in down dog. Soft and smooth breathing. Our next inhale, we extend the right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. On the exhale, we bend the knee, bring the right foot to the top of the mat. Find your twist from before. So left hand down, right fingertips up. Drawing a line of energy from the crown of the head back into the heels of your feet. From that bottom hand up into the top fingertips. Think about your rib cage. Bottom ribs forward, top ribs a little back. Exhale to release your right hand down. Step your left foot up to meet the right. Inhale to lengthen your spine up halfway. Exhale it down. Ground down through your feet. Inhale takes the arms up above you. Palms press, hands to our heart center. Take a moment here to Tadasana mountain pose. Grounding down evenly through your feet. Lift up your toes and you'll feel those 4 points of your feet active. Your big toe mound, your pinky toe mound, your inner and outer heels. You'll notice there's a lift in your arches. Keep all those points of your feet active. Release your toes down. Your next inhale, take the arms up above you. On the exhale, we forward fold it down. On the inhale, we lengthen up halfway. On the exhale, we plant the hands down, we step back into plank pose. Option to take the knees down if you need it. We're lowering halfway down, chaturanga. Rolling over our toes, draw the chest in between the arms. Thighs are lifted this time, upward dog, maybe gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now remind yourself, you can skip that part, the vinyasa. You can always do what we first did, lower all the way down, take cobra, or you can skip it all together and go to down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Your next inhale extends the left leg up and back. On the exhale, we bend the knee, bring the foot to the top of the mat. Right hand down, left arm up, twist. Think about the rib cage here. Find this twist in the upper body. On the exhale, we release the left hand down. We step the right foot up to meet the left. Inhale lengthens our spine halfway. Exhale to forward fold. Ground down through your feet. Inhale takes the arms up above you. Palms press. Hands to our heart center. Take a moment here, pause. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to forward fold it down. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands down, either taking a vinyasa, or you can skip it and go to down dog. Exhale, down chaturanga. Roll over those toes, inhaling for your upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes and the hips up and back, downward dog. Take a few breaths here in down dog. Soft and smooth breathing. Come high up into the heels of your feet. Bend your knees, look up towards your hands. Walk or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale to lengthen your spine halfway. Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, forward fold it down. Uttanasana. Ground down through your feet. Inhale takes the arms up above you. Urdhva Hastasana. Palms press, hands to our heart center. Inhale takes the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to plant our hands down, moving through vinyasa. Keeping that same exhale for your chaturanga. We inhale for Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, up dog. We exhale for Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Great job, guys. Walk your hands back to meet your feet and forward fold. Hang this a little bit, grab opposite elbows. Sway side to side, just let it all go. You may take a cleansing breath, big inhale through your nose. Exhale it out the mouth. Soft and smooth breathing here. Release your fingertips down towards your toes. Just hanging loose here. Have a slight bend in your knees. Hands on your hips. Ground down through your feet. And come all the way up to standing. You'll toe your feet in together till they touch, or you may have them about hip distance apart. We're grounding down through our left foot, firming into the left hip. On the inhale, we'll hug our right knee in towards the chest. So this is what you did on your back earlier. Now you're just taking it standing. And just pause here for a few breaths. Now, option to stay here or keep that left hand on the knee, take the right fingertips back behind you and twist. Still rooting down through that left foot, firming into the left hip. Imagining you could take your right fingertips to a wall back behind you. Then bring your hand back onto your knee and release it down. Shake it out a little bit. Great thing about yoga, you have a second side. So we'll ground down to the right foot, firm into the right hip. We'll hug our left knee in towards us. Pause here. Find your balance, rooting down through that right foot, firming into your left hip. Keep your right hand on the knee, left fingertips extend back, opening up your chest to the side. So this is exactly what you did when you're in your low lunge. Now you're just taking it standing. Allow yourself to come back to neutral, hand on your knee, release it out, shake it out a little bit. Great job, guys. Come to standing at the top of your mat. Take a few inhales and exhales here. Allow your hands to come to your hips. Keep your right foot where it's at. Have a slight bend in both knees. Start to hover your left toes above the mat. Shoot your left toes back behind you. Crescent lunge in the legs, Anjalayasana. Walk your right foot a little more to the right if you need a little more stability. We're grounding down through that right foot, keeping our knee over our ankle, tracking with the second toe. Grounding down through the big toe mount of your back foot. Option to have the left knee straight, or you can have a slight bend in the knee here if you're still waking up that hip flexor. Soft and smooth breathing, just getting familiar with our legs first. Great job, guys. Inhale your arms up above you. On the exhale, bend your elbows out to the side, cactus arms. Have a slight bend in your left knee. Then inhale, straightening the arms, straighten both legs. Give that front knee a break. Exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend and hold. Some of you will straighten that left knee back out. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Left arm forward, right arm back, and breathe. Soft and smooth breathing. Find that extension from wrist to wrist. Keep firming in through the hips. Draw the low belly in, finding your balance. On the exhale, we'll windmill the hands down. Frame that right foot. Find our twist again. So left hand down, right fingertips up. Twist again. And allow your body to be moved in every direction. I love these twists, especially these right here, because you're moving north, south, east, and west. You're like a little compass here. And you're breathing through all of this movement. On the exhale, we release the hand down. We'll step our left foot up to meet the right. Forward fold for just a breath. Inhale to lengthen up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold again, Uttanasana. Ground down to your feet. Inhale takes the arms up above you. Palms pressed, hands to our heart center. Bring the hands back to your hips. Have a slight bend in your knees. Keeping the left foot where it's at, start to hover your right toes. Shoot those right toes to the back of your mat. Walk your left foot a little over to the side. Give your legs some space. Option to have a slight bend in your right knee, or you can have it straighten out. And once you find that stability in your feet, you're firming the hips in towards the center of the body. You're drawing your low belly in, releasing your tailbone down. You'll extend the fingertips up. Crescent lunge, Anjalayasana. Adding a little movement to this. Exhale the elbows out to the side, bend into your right knee. Inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten. Last one, exhale, bend, hold. Option to straighten the right knee back out. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Right arm forward, left arm back. And we're back in that twist from the beginning of class. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Frame your left foot. Find your twist again. Right hand down, left fingertips up and twist. Great job, guys. Take an inhale. Exhale, release your hand down. Step your right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. Hang loose a little bit. Grab opposite elbows, sway side to side. Take another cleansing breath. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale it out your mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it out your mouth. Release your fingertips down towards your toes. Inhale to lengthen your spine up halfway. Exhale it down. One more time. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale it down. Ground down through your feet. Inhale takes the arms up above you. Palms press. Hands to our heart center. Bringing the hands to the hips. Grounding down through the right foot. Start to hover your left toes. Shoot those toes to the back of the mat. Walk the right foot over just a little bit. Find that lunge position in the leg. Inhale your arms up above you. On the exhale, we take the elbows out to the side, but we keep the legs the same. So cactus arms. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Extend the arms out, wrist to wrist, breathe. Now we have a lot of hip stability here, and we're finding that twist. So you have the option to stay here, or you'll turn your left palm up towards the ceiling and reverse your crescent. Finding that stretch to the sides of your waist. On the exhale, we windmill our hands down. We frame the right foot, left hand down, right fingertips up. Find your twist. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Release your right hand down. Step the left foot up to meet the right at the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthens your spine. Exhale it down. Ground down through your feet. Inhale takes the arms up above you. Palms press. Hands to our heart center. Bring those hands to your hips. Slight bend in the knees. Left foot stays. Right toes hover. Shoot them to the back of the mat. Walk that left foot over. Find your balance, your crescent lunge legs. Inhale your arms up above you. Keeping the legs exactly how they are. Exhale the elbows out to the side, cactus. Take an inhale. Exhale, unwind, turning to the side. And then sweep the arms out, wrist to wrist. Now, option to stay here. Or you'll turn that right palm up towards the ceiling and reverse your crescent. Take an inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands down, frame the left foot. Twist one more time, right hand down, left fingertips up. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Release your hand down, step the right foot up to meet the left. Great job, guys. Inhale to lengthen the spine halfway. On your exhale, let your hand down this time. Step back into a plank pose. Now, yogi's choice, you can go straight to down dog, or you'll take a vinyasa to get there. Doesn't matter which option you choose, because we all meet up and back. Down dog. Take a few breaths here in your down dog. Soft and smooth breathing. Come high up into the hills of your feet. Bend your knees. Look up towards your hands. Walk or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthens our spine halfway. Exhale it down. Bend your knees so deeply, your stomach can rest on your thighs. You feel that weight heavy in the heels of your feet, the weight heavy in the hips. Lift up your toes, keeping that weight there. Sweep up your arms, chair pose, Utkatasana, and breathe. Releasing the tailbone down, extending up to the fingertips. Release your toes down. Inhale up to standing, palms press, hands to our heart center. Take a moment here. Bend your knees, sit your hips nice and low. One more chair pose. Sweep up those arms, breathe. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, lengthens our spine halfway. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back for your vinyasa. or you'll hold plank pose for 2 breaths, and we'll all meet up and back for down dog. Take a couple breaths here in down dog. Soft and smooth breathing. Inhale your right leg up and back. Yogi's choice, you can stay right here. Or you'll exhale knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale up and back. Exhale knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, bring that right foot to the top of the mat. Walk your right foot a little more to the right. Ground down through your feet. Come all the way up, crescent pose, and breathe. Allow your palms to press, hands to heart center. Ground down to the outer edge of your left foot, opening up your chest to the side wall. Extend the arms out wrist to wrist, warrior 2. So your knees over your ankle, tracking with your second toe. You're grounding down to the outer edge of your back foot. Your front foot's either heel to heel or heel to arch aligned. Turn the right palm up towards the ceiling, reverse your warriors. Take an inhale. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Frame the right foot. Pivot onto your left toes. Guess what's coming? It's our twist that we can't escape. Left hand down, right fingertips up. So these twists are just helping to find balance and allowing you to breathe through moving in all different directions. Exhale, release your hand down, step back, either plank pose to down dog, or you can take the vinyasa. Take a moment here. So left side's going to be a little easier. Your brain knows what's coming. So take a couple breaths here. Inhale that left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Inhale up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the foot to the top of the mat. Walk your left foot over a little to the left. Ground down through your feet, come all the way up. Crescent lunge, and breathe. Notice how our hips are neutral here. Moving towards the front of the room. Allow the palms to press, hands to your heart center. Ground down to the outer edge of your right heel. Opening up your chest to the side, warrior 2. Nice bend in your front knee. Keep it over the ankle, tracking with the second toe. Grounding down to the outer edge of the back foot, keep that leg active, lifting up the kneecap. Turn the left palm up towards the ceiling, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmills the hands down, frames that left foot, pivot onto my right toes. Guess what we're doing? Our good friend, the twist. Left fingertips up. Allow your body to be a compass, moving in every direction here. Exhale, release the hands down, step back for vinyasa, or we'll meet in down dog. Great job, guys. Take an inhale, take an exhale, take another inhale, take your exhale. One more time, take an inhale, take your exhale. Walk your hands back towards your feet and forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows, have a slight bend in your knees, and just breathe. Release your fingertips down towards your toes. Turn your heels in, your toes out. Start to sink the hips down. Balasana, yogi squat. Now, just depending on your body, your heels may be lifted. That's okay. You can roll up your mat, bring it underneath the heels of the feet. You may be up a little higher. That's okay as well. If this is really uncomfortable on your knees, then you can always take butterfly pose or Baddha Konasana. You'll notice your body's basically in the same position. And just find what feels best for you right now. Finding that stretch in the inner leg out into the knee. Finding that lift from the pubic bone up into the belly button, up into the sternum. And even here, we'll find a little bit of a twist. So we'll take our right fingertips down, left arm up, and just twist open. And then we'll switch. Just open up here. And we'll release. Let's crawl our fingertips out, far out in front of us. Let our shoulders roll forward. Let our heads hang loose. We've been doing a lot of opening. Sometimes it's nice just to allow the body to release. Walk the hands back underneath you. Start to straighten out your legs. Turn your feet towards the front and find your forward fold. Hands on our hips, slight bend in the knees, coming all the way up to standing. Great job, guys. Shake it out a little bit. Grounding down through our right foot, firming into that right hip. Take your left foot to the ankle, to the calf, or guide it up into your thigh. Now think about this left leg. It's just like your malasana, that stretch from the inner leg out into the knee. Rooting down through the right foot, firming into the right hip. Hands come to our heart center. Option to stay right here, or you'll grow your branches up towards the ceiling. Keep on breathing. And then we'll gently release. Shake it out a little bit. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Grounding down now through the left foot, firm into your left hip. Right foot to the ankle, the calf, or you'll guide it up into the thigh. Take a moment here. Allow your hands to come to your heart center. And just breathe. Maybe we grow the branches up towards the ceiling. Maybe not. And then gently release. Shake it out a bit. Great job, guys. Come to standing at the top of the mat. Inhale, takes the arms up above us. Exhale to forward fold it down. Inhale, lengthens our spine halfway. On the exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees deeply, so much your stomach can rest on your thighs. You know where we're headed. Chair pose, sweep up those arms, and breathe. Great job, guys. Cross your right knee over the left, and I'll face you guys so you can see. Oh, I'll go opposite. An option to stay here. So notice my hips are neutral with the leg crossed over. You did this on your back earlier. Some of you may be able to hook the ankle around the calf. Notice if your hips shift, start to draw your right hip back, or you can just unrelease it from the calf. Take your left elbow out front, right arm underneath, palms press, eagle pose. Start to lift up your forearms until you're in your eyes view. Firm in through the center of the body. Unravel your arms, take your hands to your hips. I'll pivot back to the front of the room here. Start to take your right knee up, hovering it in the air. So this is similar to what you did when you had your hands on your knees. Have a slight bend in your left foot, your left knee, excuse me, and then shoot the right toes to the back. Find your crescent pose, sweep up your arms and breathe. And maybe in your crescent, you find those eagle arms again. Right elbow out in front, left arm underneath, palms press. So everything else you've been opening up, now you're allowing your body to intertwine. Now yogi's choice, you can stay here. Some of you may lengthen forward, keeping the arms in eagle if you can, and take the right leg up, back behind you, warrior three. The great thing is we get to release the foot down at the top of the mat, unravel ourselves, shake it out a little bit. Great job, guys. So guess what's coming? The other side, of course. So now we'll cross the left knee over. I'm trying to make sure I'm not doing the same side twice. So option to cross the foot around the calf, or you can just uncross it. You can even get low enough to bring your foot as a kickstand. So just depends on where you're at. Wherever you're at, our pelvis is just like crescent pose. Stays neutral as much as you can. Then we'll take the left or the right elbow out in front, right arm underneath, palms pressed. Just let yourself intertwine here in your eagle pose. Everything else, your body moved apart. Now you're right back where you started, intertwining. Start to unravel those arms, hands on your hips. I'll make my way back to the front, crossing my knee over. And then we'll uncross the knee, bring it in towards the belly, just like you did at the beginning, except your hands aren't on the knee. Have a slight bend in your right knee, ground down through your foot. Shoot your toes back, sweep up the arms, crescent pose. Breathe here. Left elbow out in front, right arm underneath, palms press, or again, you can give yourself a hug and breathe. Now, option to stay here, you may start to lengthen forward and then take your left leg straight up and back, warrior 3, and breathe. Great job, guys. Then release your left foot down to meet your right. Shake it all out. Bend your knees, sit your hips nice and low. Our good friend chair pose. And we're going all the way down to seated to my least favorite pose in the whole entire world, Navasana boat pose. So option, you can have your hands out to the side. You can have your hands behind the hips. You can have your hands behind your thighs. Lifting up through the back. Hold here. Then release the feet down. Those the feet come together, knees apart. Find your butterfly pose, your Baddha Konasana. And instead of folding, we're staying upright because we're gonna do just 2 more boat poses. And if you know me, you know I can't stand these poses. But I only do them if I do them with you guys. So we're all in this together and we're all doing a boat pose. Hands outside the knees. Bring the feet back together. Find your boat pose. Take the feet up, hands behind your thighs, hands behind the hips, hands outside the thighs, wherever you want them. Keep lifting up through the low back. Exhale, release the feet down. Knees apart, butterfly or Baddha Konasana. And breathe. Least favorite pose in all of yoga. Probably shouldn't say that as a teacher, but really it is. One more Navasana. So maybe I'll start to like it more. Bringing the knees together, pick the feet up, keeping that lift in the chest. Breathe here. And then we'll release the feet down, take the knees out to the side. This time we're forward fold here. So hinge from your hips, start to release the head down towards your toes. And breathe. Inhale yourselves back up. Hands outside your knees, bring your feet down onto your mat. Scoot your hips a little forward so you have room to roll back. Then roll down onto your backs. Windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Allow the legs to come to neutral. Knees right over your ankles. Ground down through your feet. On your inhale, gently pick up your hips. Tuck and roll your shoulders underneath you. Bridge pose. Any option and variation with the arms and hands that feels good for you. I like to interlace my fingers underneath the back. On the exhale, we release the hips down. Windshield wiper those knees side to side again. Allow the legs to come to neutral, one more bridge pose. So grounding down through your feet. On your inhale, gently pick up your hips. Tuck and roll your shoulders underneath you. If full wheel's in your practice and you want to come into full wheel, you can do that as well. And on the exhale, we gently release the hips back down. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Allow the legs to come back to neutral. Cross your right ankle over that left knee. Thread the needle. Reach behind the thigh, move the legs in towards you. And the more you keep your right foot flexed, your knee moving towards the front of the room, the more you find that stretch in the outer hips, down into the glutes. And those are all areas that helped you balance today. Option to even straighten the left foot up towards the ceiling. Now you're taking pigeon pose on your back. On your exhale, gently release the legs down. Uncross the ankle, taking it on the opposite side, left ankle over that right knee, reaching behind your right thigh, move the legs in towards you. Maybe straightening the right leg up towards the ceiling. When you're ready, gently release the legs down, uncross your ankle. Hug just your right knee in towards the chest. And hug your left knee in towards the chest. Bring both hands on either knee and take some hip circles here. In whichever direction you're moving, move in the opposite direction. Allow the legs to come back to neutral. Pick up your knees, knees right over your hip. Cross your right knee over the left. Reach around, grab your shins, your ankles, sometimes your feet, and find that stretch here. And then gently release, taking that leg for the opposite leg over. So switching sides, grabbing a hold of your shins, your ankles, your feet, wherever you can reach. And then just stretch here. And then gently release. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Take the arms out to the side, find your twist, taking the knees to either side. Doesn't matter which one, because we'll go to the opposite. You can even take your favorite variation of a twist. If you'd like to cross one knee over the opposite and take the legs over, you can. Or you can have one leg straight and take the opposite leg over. That's fine as well. Bring it back to center and find your twist on the opposite side. And take the legs back to center, hugging your knee in towards your chest. Allow your forehead to come up towards your knees, squeezing tight like a ball, giving yourself love and gratitude for your practice. Thanking yourself for waking up this morning and moving your body. On the exhale, release your arms and legs out away from your body, finding your final resting pose, Shavasana. Giving your body fully permission to relax here. Relaxing the muscles around the eyes. There's nothing left to see. Relaxing the muscles around the mouth. There's nothing left to say. And if ideas come to mind, acknowledge them, allow them to pass. If sounds come to your ears, acknowledge it and allow it to pass. Give yourself full permission to relax. Gently allow awareness to enter back into your body. Wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling your wrists and ankles. Extend your arms back behind you for a full body stretch back. Have your knees back in towards the chest. Bring your forehead up towards your knees. Squeeze tight like a ball. Again, giving yourself love and gratitude for your practice. Rolling over to the left or right hand side and gently pressing yourself up to any comfortable seated position. Allow your eyes to close. Bring your hands together at your heart. Honoring the light or what is good in you as you honor the light or what is good in others, and being the light for those who need it. Namaste.